Your body uses two distinct methods to manage its functions. On the left, the nervous system relies on localized, rapid-fire electrical pulses, but on the right is the endocrine system, which uses a different mechanic, a steady, systemic broadcast of chemical particles. These chemical messengers are hormones. Unlike an electrical pulse that travels a fixed wire to a specific muscle, hormones are released directly into the bloodstream. They use the entire circulatory system as a transport highway to reach their destinations. This cross-section of an endocrine gland shows why this highway is necessary. These glands are ductless, meaning they have no exit pipes or tubes. To send a message, the gland simply allows the hormones to diffuse across its boundary and into the adjacent capillary flow. Compare that to an exocrine gland, like a sweat gland. These possess a clear, rigid pipe, a duct. Instead of entering the blood, their products are pushed through this specific pathway to be released onto the skin surface or into a body cavity. Because the endocrine system lacks these local physical ducts, it cannot target a single cell in isolation. Instead, it relies on the blood to carry its instructions to every part of the body at the same time. If these hormones are flooding the entire circulatory system simultaneously, it raises a biological challenge. We need to understand how these chemicals affect specific organs without triggering a reaction in every single cell they pass. At the cellular level, the hormone's unique three-dimensional structure must physically align with the topography of a receptor. If the molecular shapes do not match, the hormone simply bounces off. But when the contours fit perfectly, the hormone anchors into place and triggers a change in the cell's activity. This shape recognition is what allows a systemic alarm like adrenaline to work. When the adrenal medulla detects a high-stress scenario, it releases adrenaline to prepare the body for immediate physical exertion. The process begins here in the flowchart. The adrenal medulla secretes the hormone, which immediately saturates the blood supply. As adrenaline binds to receptors across the body, the target organs respond in unison. The heart rate increases, breathing depth expands for higher oxygen intake, and the liver breaks down glycogen to rapidly raise blood glucose levels. This coordinated response shifts the body's resources instantly. It prioritizes immediate survival, mobilizing stored energy and oxygen for the muscles, so the body can react to a threat with maximum physical power. While adrenaline handles emergencies, other hormones manage routine stability, such as the spike in blood glucose that occurs immediately after a meal. The pancreas monitors this flow. When it detects a sugar spike, it releases insulin into the blood to act as a regulatory signal. When insulin binds to receptors on the cell walls, it signals the cell to open its intake channels. The glucose then moves out of the blood and into the cells to be used for energy, bringing the blood sugar concentration back down to a safe level. The system must also solve the opposite problem. If blood glucose levels start to fall too low, the pancreas triggers a different hormone, glucagon. This signals the liver to release its stored sugar back into the stream, reversing the decline before it becomes dangerous. This illustrates that the endocrine system doesn't just push the body in one direction. It is a continuous feedback loop, using opposing hormones to pull the body's internal environment back toward a stable center. It is a common misconception that because hormones like adrenaline are powerful, they must stay in the system for a long time to be effective. In reality, these molecules are highly unstable. Once they bind and deliver their signal, they are quickly broken down and detached. This ensures the body returns to a resting state quickly, preventing physical damage from permanent high stress. Ensuring you can distinguish between these regulatory pairs is essential. While insulin acts to clear sugar from the blood, glucagon acts to replenish it. Let's summarize. Endocrine glands are ductless, broadcasting via blood, while exocrine glands use surface ducts. We see adrenaline's acute emergency response, alongside how insulin and glucagon regulate blood glucose levels. Review these specific pathways, structural differences, and target organ reactions we've mapped. The endocrine system functions as a constant, self-correcting conversation. Every spike or drop in your internal levels triggers a counter-response, ensuring that your body's environment remains stable even as the world around you changes.